police called me back, and I told them I forgot to mention, on that paperwork that there is already a barn there that we would be tearing down and replacing the same footprint. So it's not like I'm technically adding any more to the property, but she gave me a call, which obviously, if I don't get it until 11, I'll leave by 1. So hopefully he comes back.
Okay.
That's where we're at. Okay.
Sounds good, man.
Okay. I'll talk to you. Goodbye.
Good morning. Where is my coat? There we go. It's actually kind of nice out. Gotta make sure I have my phone. Don't tonight. Come on. Over. Over. I don't even know why I bother. I'm gonna move back over. So, I'm gonna shut this door, which doesn't help with viewing. Make sure it stands pretty close. Tilly, we are at 14 day. Post ovulation of her left side. This means that we are hoping to see what yesterday was. These are the best. I cannot thank William and Cody enough for getting the ones that have the loop. I was getting absolutely covered in poo-poo, and I'm so glad not to be anymore. So, we are hoping to find a embryo that I can measure. Now, Tilly and I are pretty sick of each other. It would be nice. I'll be tracking this for quite a bit. Just because of last month, she gave me twins. And I didn't want twins. So that was a whole behemoth of an adventure. And this time, we're going to hope that we don't find two. Shouldn't, because I tracked one to ovulation and flushed, hopefully removing any semen that felt like meeting up with somebody else. The other follicle didn't ovulate till much later, so hopefully that means only one of them had a chance to ovulate. And yeah, so right there. That is so weird. Okay. And you'd find it funny that I don't find the part that I have my hand up a horse's ass, the weird part. But more or less what I feel. In the ass. Good girl. So I feel like I should show you guys the other side, but it's not like you guys can see much about what I'm looking for. I do need to make sure this is all in position. Okay, so here's her. Fuck was that? What are we looking at? Where are we? I'm gonna find her ovary first. Over on this side, make sure there's a CL forming. It's called a corpus luteum. And that is what creates progesterone. While the mare is waiting to form other sources. That definitely seems to be the case. And then scanning in. Horn. This mare loves to wear my arm out. There's the other ovary. But for once, I don't want to look at ovaries. Tilly, I'm sorry. Where did you hide that baby? You fucker. Sometimes Tilly ends up filling up my fucking glove with air. And then it's like trying to hold a hot air balloon down around in there. And I have to completely start over because she pops them. It's kind of my least favorite trait about this horse. Which is funny. We had a lot of really bad cases about this horse before that. But oh, there she is. Tilly 14-day scan. There's the little embryo. And I want to make sure that this is the only spot I find it. And I also want to measure the little bugger. I'm not saying this is impossible, but this would definitely be one of those times where it's really helpful to have somebody. Tilly 14-day scan, embryo 1.16. There is Tilly's little embryo. It was 0.73 yesterday. It is 1.16 today. The part that's more exciting is that I can't seem to find another one. Because you guys all watched me go through the fact that she had twins last time. That was not fun. I didn't record watching the hour-and-a-half struggle my vets went through trying to pinch, what's called pinch a twin. Right there. I don't see anybody else doing anything. And up over here, blood. There's your ovary. Yeah. So, got what I wanted, and she's gonna pop another glove. I tell you, this mare, she's such a pain in the ass. But yes, I am checking if she's pregnant, and she is. I found her little follicle. It's not a follicle anymore, it's an embryo. At 1.16, when yesterday it was at 7.3. There. You raise Clydesdales as well, Tim Outdoors. Thank you, honey. That is so fucking sweet for you to say. It is a little frustrating. I won't lie about the fact that I had to take my own breeding into my own hands because of certain vets don't want to do as much. But who's ready to watch the baby go outside? First off, we are going to kick out this one. I don't think I need that second coat. So we're just going to vest up. Half the reason I wear vests is because it's so easy to to pockets. I got lots of pockets then. Okay. Till, you're awesome. How many hands is this one? She's 18. I think that's it. I don't have a very big hitch because I'm 5'3". So I really can't handle a really big hitch of horses or really tall hitches of horses. I need to be a little bit more level rounded. Jesus Christ, Big Bear. I mean, I still call her Big Bear, but that's just because she's the biggest we got. All right, so I stupidly had the chance to, so I did it. And I put semen in one of the horses that we don't necessarily need pregnant. And look, I want to breed her someday. She's of age, everything's fine. When I started doing my own breeding, last year at one point, I was throwing shit to the wind, okay? And I failed. I don't even want to know how many times, like 18 times, okay? I had 6 mares I was attempting to breed, basically, and at no point, or at the very last point, 2 of them got pregnant, okay? So this year, I did everything so different. I went to a program that actually taught me what to do to breed, and then I went to Ham, and I got my own ultrasound and started breeding everything myself. Since then, I have gotten everything pregnant the first time. So, hey, you guys want to gonna get this little baby up, and we are going to see if she wants to go outside. Well, come on. Come on. Come on. Okay. You guys can joke with me. Yeah, Logan, I would say the program has completely paid off. It does suck. It's like, it was an expensive ass program, okay? The program itself was like $7,000, and then leaving work and everything, going to Texas, plane tickets and Jeep, or I rented a Jeep while I was out there, and then getting the ultrasound. So yeah, so Beverly Jensen, your question about who I just called Big Mare, her name's Tilly. She has extremely high action in the hind legs, actually problematic to the point that at one time it really wasn't that pretty. We are working on her and rehabbing her, but that's just sort of what they're overly breeding for. So, you know when people say like, oh, you know, we can't breed it. Like, oh, big shoes. Oh, you're so cruel. You're giving them big shoes and they have to walk, blah, blah, blah. No, literally, they're bred for it. How old is this baby? She was born Saturday at 12 p.m. a.m. Whatever fucking midnight is. Come on. Now, I know it may look funny, like, why are you kicking a foal? First off, I'm not going to kick a foal. However, when you nudge their butts, it's what their moms do to tell them, get up and nurse. I think I'm not going to get that response. So what we're going to do is I'm going to rub the shit out of this thing's back, and I bet it hops up. Let's try a different tactic. Ready? Woo! 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 There we go. All right. Weeble, wobble, but don't fall down. I'm going to put you guys somewhere where I can. I love that you have the intelligence of seeing and noting things like that, but you're wrong in this case. Convincing a fool to walk is not as easy as one may think. Come on. Hey. Wow, we just spun backwards instead. Let's go. Come on. So one thing I think's a lot of fun about foals is that they're silly. Hang on. We're getting there. All right. We got her out. That took a lot of effort, but we got it. Let's get some videos and photos of this little duffer. So she is all day Saturday, or all day Monday, and today's Tuesday? No, today's Wednesday. Happy hump day, everybody. That stud absolutely loves this mare, so Miss Lexus, she's talking about Tilly, not this foal. It's okay. seem funny to like turn out a foal while it's still snow on the ground, but I'm actually really thrilled that this is fresh snow. So that way she can be safe about it. Now, I can't stay out here this long to play with her as much as I would love. And the reason is I would like to take this ability to go in and get her entire area cleaned up. So. Oh, those legs can run. So, those are crows, not turkeys gobbling. Oh boy, we're trying to run. Good job, little thing. Getting it. You guys watching that? So she was born midnight on Monday morning, so she's 2 days old. So. Sorry, you guys, that like it's too hard to like swipe it back and forth when she does start running. But like I said, I have to get back to work because we don't have very long that she can last out here. I really don't know why I'm so scared to commit to that name, but yes, her name's Violet. She's already pretty far up on those legs, which is pretty cool. She's her baby. I'm not gonna lie, that one was my original baby. So to me, this is very surreal. This is my second generation on the farm. Yeah. So I've owned both her mother and father, and now I've owned both her mother and father. I will say that the science it took to get this one pregnant was some baby oil squirting at her mom while her dad was too. The science it took to do this one is absolutely insane. How many degrees is it? It's actually like 34. We're doing good. We got plenty of time to play in the snow. When you're born at fucking -3. And keep in mind, she's pretty well insulated with her baby little coat. So even if she does lay down, which she should be at some point. She'll be good to go. Hey, get out of here. No dogs allowed. Not in here. Yeah. It's just... Did she just fall down? I don't think she meant to lay down. No, it is... I'm up in Vermont, so we're pretty damn close to Canada. But we're not Canadians. All right, let's get her stall cleaned while she's out running around, so that way I have all that weird, but I find it weird because I've seen it every day. All right. Physically, it doesn't look that dirty, which is awesome. However, I promise it is going to be a lot to get through. So, 40 degrees and raining. Ugh. I don't really want that in case you guys ever wonder. That is my least favorite. Because that kind of ends up making it feel fucking cold out. Despite the fact it's warming up, when the moisture comes in, it makes things feel damp and nasty. These showed up last night. This is a Himalayan salt lick. They're pretty tasty. Great with tequila shots. But anyhow, they were purchased by Cody off my Amazon wish list, and I just want to give a shout out. Thank you. I took a photo and I need to post it to my Instagram for those who are curious about that. There's lots of links in the bio to keep up with more things on the farm. Keep up and support me or the farm. I tell you, I finally have gotten 2 nights worth of true sleep. Now that the baby is here, and I know that she's nursing the whole 9 yards, and I feel like a whole new woman. pretty clean in here. Especially having 2 of them. I know one of them doesn't amount to a lot, being the itty bitty little foal. But yeah, sea spreader. What the fuck? Oh my god. The hell are you guys talking about? I have no idea what you're talking about. I have never lost a leg. These are both real. That is wild. Have you been talking to a scam artist or something? Both real. All real. All connected. I did not lose any limb. I do rightfully so have a fear of farm machinery, but not due to losing a limb. Yeah. Where the hell did you hear about that? I don't know if you're confusing me with somebody or somebody's been lying to you, but I don't have a prosthetic leg. People who do, props to you guys. That is the scariest, worst thing. I don't know, dying's worse, I guess. Quadriplegics, that's the worst. Very much so, okay. Okay. I am definitely over 18. Let's change the subject to something a little more lighthearted. How old do you think I am? Great conversation. Better than a fake story about me losing a limb. Shout out to whoever said I move well without one. Guess that's why it's critical that I stay somewhere close to the comments. Obviously, between the trauma of birthing that Mama goes through, and it wasn't a painful, it wasn't a bad one. Actually, if anything, it was a little fast. But between just what it is like for a mom to give birth and for a baby, exhaustion, they obviously lay down quite a lot. So that is one reason you got to come in. And preferably, this is the first time I've gotten to clean it without them in here. It's a lot easier when you can leave doors open. And just fluff the crap out of this. So they have a nice comfy bed to lay on. So most of you guys have watched me clean stalls. Some of you have even watched me clean stalls in my birthday suit. However, I haven't done that video out in a while. This is a little bit of straw and sawdust. So I like to have a little bit of sawdust, preferably in the under part, and broken down straw to actually absorb the moisture, so the urine, the afterbirth, the urine. And then I want to have a top layer of straw that adds a lot of thickness That thickness, like, just makes it more Tempur-Pedic-like. More of a pillow. Less of a mattress. So, that's kind of my theory behind it. It builds it up. It does make it beyond fucking miserable to clean. It is the worst. And then also, as silly as it is to think about, there are 2 of these in here. There's 2 horses in here. So things pile up really fast. I'm going to end up pushing this through. And I'm going to end up putting it out. Holly, you guys didn't see me brushing my dog this morning? That was crazy enough. That sounds exciting though. I appreciate the warmer weather personally. I'm going to put you guys out here with an adorable view of the foal laying down in the snow. It's exactly what you can't see. Yes. Oh, she got up and is drinking. So the baby was born at -3. I have a TikTok video, and I really, since you guys are loving all of the barn content here as well, I should post my barn content here as well, where she comes out and she's shivering. First off, they're gonna shiver no matter fucking what, because their muscles are waking up. They've never used them, or they haven't used them in a while. I guess they kind of can kick around. But, so there's that, first and foremost. But then second, she was way fucking less than like 2 minutes old in this fucking video. And I was trying to show off that their feet are really gross. And when they're first born, and people are like, get that pony a blanket. And I'm like, dude, it's also soaking wet. So why would I put a blanket on a soaking wet baby horse? Like, just slip it right out, right in. Like, no. You gotta give it some time. However, I am excited to see that there are some new blankies showing up. Some people who also agree it's time for her. She has a blanket. It doesn't fit her well. I'm really hoping that these coming in the mail will be a much better fit. Yep. The only horse that's still inside is Bailey, who is technically grandma to this foal. And I haven't turned her out with them yet because you got to do quite literal baby steps. So yesterday was the first time Vivian was left inside, and Bailey was outside with the window open so Bailey doesn't think that she's being left behind. When I was a kid, one of my mentors in life, we bred her horses, and we got a beautiful gray filly who promptly died, but they turned out the mom, who was not a very secure mom in the first place. She was a maiden and so on and so forth, and she turned on the foal and attacked it because she was so worked up with being alone with it. So I like to take my own sweet time introducing the mare foal and then separating the mare and foal from the herd. They've been separated for a while because I wouldn't want the mom to be like going out with 9 horses and then going out with no one. Like, they'll get really wigged out. So yeah, well, purple is my show color. I usually like black utensils, but there's nothing like, yeah. So sometimes I feel like line dancing and mucking a stall are very similar. Just kind of a funny thing to say, but the fact that like 2 steps forward, shuffle back, kick, heel hook, and at the end of it, a line dance, really you're going in circles. So that's the other, at the end of the day, you clean stalls by dancing around in circles. I'm hoping that side is not going to be nearly as dirty. One can hope, right? How's everybody's week going? Yeah, the dog wants to help. I don't know. I really like cleaning stalls. Line dancing I do with my friends to get them out and stuff, but it's not really my favorite. do you think I'm going to end up having to take out of here? I see like 4. Hoping not, but I think it's going to be close. I'm very glad to say that we have all of March to get nice and settled in before the last foal, the next foal, the only other foal, shows up. There were some breeding date things that went a little astray. And then, as my vet likes to keep pointing out, coming at 325 day count is really early. It's not preemie, but it's early. And so that was an issue. I absolutely prefer a white winter over a brown one. I don't know if where you live the soil's red. Is that why you call it a red winter? But there's no point of frustrating myself trying to make it fit when I can just push it out and we'll go get another one. Miss Lexa, I suggest, how old are you? If you don't mind me asking. And the reason I'm going to ask is, this is going to be so incredibly off topic. The reason I'm asking is if you are, I would probably start to say in your 50s, maybe you're in your 28th year, fuck the root canal, go get an implant. The reason I say that is because if you get an implant instead of a root canal can still technically decay and cause issues down the road. Implants won't. It might be a little bit more, but essentially, I have watched a lot of root canals fail. Not just the root canal itself failing, but maybe down the road, it's fine for a bit, whatever. When you end up getting to the point in your 50s, 60s, I watch a lot of root canal teeth end up rotting. And you can't tell, you can't really notice anything. So you get the root canal, you have to get it crowned. And then in the future, you can end up like connecting a bridge to it. I've watched so many people lose a tooth that was root canal because they never knew there was a problem and then having to get an implant. If you are older, middle age, I would understand, go for it. However, if you're younger, you're probably going to get more use out of an implant long term. I fucking love it when people put their favorite pickup lines in here. That makes me laugh my ass off. But I would suggest going. I would personally not get a root canal. And I hate the idea of an implant, but the implants last longer and will never give you a problem. A root canal tooth can fail. A root canal tooth can rot out. And yeah, I know it sucks. I'm sorry. That really blows. But I would highly suggest that. Made a pact with my coworker that we'll never let each other get a root canal because of it. Thank you. Milo, you gonna watch you just watching? Good boy. Okay, I'm not done yet, but I would really love it. Yeah, but you're also going to need a crown after. The root canal will otherwise weaken the tooth, and you're gonna wanna crown it after, or else you can lose the whole tooth still. I gotta keep going. Hey guys, thanks. It's a gorgeous day. You hear all of the rain, not rain, but the dripping.
So I got a new house, and it's fucking huge. So
Do, 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 do. Okay, once I get this side clean, I can start shifting everything this direction. Each mare that has been in this stall kind of decides this different spot that it like shits and uses its waste product. I'm very blessed with very clean animals that tend to only do their business on one side or the other. Not to say there isn't a couple accidents. However, so I have a tendency that what I like to do is I'll clean all the side that's dirty. I will sashay everything over in this direction. And then I will proceed to, whatchamacallit, fill up and add new fresh stuff to the side that they don't use as much. If you're adding like super fresh stuff to the dirty side, you're gonna kind of make the other stuff like slowly deteriorate, but not completely. Tell you what, right now, this is the worst part of the job. There we go. There we go. That shit. Now, typically you guys watch me where I will scrape everything to the center, right? Well, when the mares and foals are in here together, especially, but when the foals are in here, they don't have a lot of fucking strength or brains. And they have a tendency to do a lot of laying down and rolling. So I don't want to end up having anywhere that they could get stuck. So. I don't do that with the full stalls. I'm going to completely line it across. The straw is very sticky to itself. It's a huge pain in the ass. So I'm not going to stay on much longer. I'm going to get through this stall, and then I'll head out for the day. Well, I gotta get them back in, but then head out for the day in order to get other horses done. But thanks for logging on, giving me a like. Get you a nice little update of where the foal's at. And Tilly's pregnant, so in a single birth, this single follicle this time, so that's pretty cool. I hope everybody has a good day.